Hello, scientists! Before you start today's lesson, I need you to grab your science textbook and a pencil. Open up to page 18 and 19, as you can see in the corner. So today we're going to be talking about 4 scientific skills: observation, communication, comparing, and inferring. One of those should sound familiar to you. Oh yeah, we've been talking about observations in the past 2 lessons. We were observing rivers and generating questions that we can investigate. Now, these 4 skills are what scientists use and what you use every single day. So I want to go into them a little bit more in detail. And at the end, we're going to take a jungle adventure to practice some of these skills. So in your textbook, you can see these similar images. So when we observe, we use our 5 senses. So think in your head right now, what are the 5 senses? Something we should have learned back in kindergarten, 1st grade. Obviously our sight, taste, hearing, touch, and smell. Okay, so we use those senses to help us make observations about the world around us. If scientists aren't able to observe, they're not able to understand what's going on in their experiments or able to make anything like to engineer. Okay, so observations are extremely important and you do it every single day. So for example, you might leave your house today and look up at the sky and notice that we have cumulus clouds that are starting to look dark. You might think to yourself, ooh, there might be some crazy weather coming towards us, right? You observe the world around you. Okay, that's a skill that scientists and people use. Another skill is comparing, and I need you to get your pencil ready. Now, you might compare in your real life the newest season of Fortnite to an old one, or different types of healthy food, which one would be better for you. Scientists use comparing all the time, especially when they're doing experiments. They look at trial 1 versus trial 2. So I want you to practice this skill right now. You're going to compare the blue tang, kind of looks like Dory, to the porcupine fish. I'm wondering why they call it a porcupine fish. I wonder if you can make an inference. So I want you to come up with 2 similarities and 2 differences. So pause this video and write some in your book now. If you didn't pause it yet, you need to pause it. All right, boys and girls, welcome back. So you should have written something similar to what I did, okay? It's okay if you don't have the same answers. We all make different observations. So I noticed that they both obviously swim underwater, right? We know that fish swim underwater. So sometimes when we compare things, it doesn't have to be exactly what we see. But I see some bubbles coming out, and I know some things about blue tang that I know that it's an underwater fish. I noticed they both have tiny fins. I used an adjective to help describe their fins, tiny, and they both have eyes. Some differences, I noticed the porcupine fish has spikes, hence why it got its name, and the blue tang fish is bright and colorful. I can make an inference about which fish might camouflage better. What do you think? Yeah, the porcupine fish is going to be more camouflaged in its surroundings because it blends in. Blue tang fish is very blue, but maybe it will match the water. I could see an argument there. 2 other skills that we're going to talk about today is communication, talking to each other. Now, scientists don't only use their voices to communicate. They might use emails. They might make a presentation. They might go to a Google Meet session and explain their ideas to each other. Think about what our world would be like if scientists didn't communicate with each other. Think for a second. Would we have inventions today? Would we make new discoveries? Everyone would be making the same discoveries at the same time because they're not communicating. It would be a mess. It's like when you do a STEM design in school and all the people aren't working together, right? It doesn't turn out right. So you need to communicate. So practicing this skill early on, like we're doing now, is great. So I want you to write down and pause the video. What is something that you communicated today? So what is something that you told somebody? Or maybe you tried to tell a parent at home or a sibling. It could be anything. Tell me something that you tried to convey. Pause and come back. Welcome back. So I'm thinking something I communicated today. I said good morning to somebody. I communicated honestly with my foster kitten. I told him to get off my laptop, right? You communicate to solve a problem or to get a message across. So you could have written down anything. I communicated with my teacher this morning during my morning meeting, anything like that. Now, our last thing that we're going to be talking about is infer or inferring. Now, you use this all the time and you don't even know it. So, for example, if you walk into a room and your little brother is looking like this, what might you infer about how he's feeling? Right? He's frustrated, he's upset. You can infer that he's not happy, right? You infer, it explains an observation. So you do this with your characters in your books. We inferred when we looked at the sky and we saw it was stormy. We knew that it might storm. So for example, if you hear this sound, okay, one more time. What might you think? Might you infer about where that sound is coming from? You might say, I think a really loud truck's coming down the street. Or you might think, oh, there must be thunder nearby. You're using your observations, the sense of sound, to help make an inference about what's going on. So what I need you to do right now is get your camouflage on, get your safari hat and your binoculars ready, because we are going in. Welcome to the jungle. We are going to use our observation skills and inferencing skills today. So get your binoculars ready and we are going on an adventure. Shh, you need to listen very carefully. Yes, I don't know what my accent is, but I hope you like it. Did you hear that? What do you think it is? Okay, use your observations. You're hearing a sound. Now take a guess at what it is. Oh my gosh! Oh my gosh! It's a panther! Oh! Okay. It's a baby panther. It's okay. We're gonna let him do it. Alright, let's keep going. Okay. Make an observation. Make an observation. Think of it in your head. Oh my goodness, something crazy is happening. Oh wow, take a look at this! Scientists, do you see these tracks that were left behind? Yes? Now, what I want you to do is I want you to use those scientific skills that we talked about earlier. And I want you to make a list of observations, things that you can observe, or in this case, see. So you can just write on the margin of your textbook. If you have a piece of paper handy, that's fine. I want you to write down 3 observations you see. Pause the video and go. Okay, you should have written down a couple observations. Like, for example, maybe you noticed that the red tracks are smaller than the green tracks. And maybe you thought the red tracks are closer together in size. Maybe it's like something like this. And maybe the green ones are a little bit more far out. Now, make an inference about these observations. If animal prints are this close together and other ones are like this, what can you infer about maybe the size of the animal? You might be thinking what I'm thinking, that maybe the red tracks are a smaller animal because they are closer together and they have smaller prints. What else did you observe? Maybe that they're going in a direction near each other? We did hear some leaves moving. Oh my gosh, now look, we walked a little bit further and now look what you see. They obviously were meeting. Okay, so take a look, make some more observations. Pause the video and go. Okay, if you are coming back now, you are seeing that you probably noticed and made an observation that the feet are all over the place. They're no longer going in a straight line. They're everywhere. It looks like they're going different directions. They're not like a river flowing one direction, right? They're like facing this way. What can you infer about what is going on? What do you think? Make an inference. Are they dancing? No. That'd be kind of funny. Maybe they're trying to get a piggyback ride on the other bigger one. I don't think so. You might be inferring that they are fighting. Or maybe something worse. Maybe they are attacking each other for a reason. What reason could we draw? What kind of inferencing do you think? Let's take a look a little bit further. Let's follow some tracks and whoa. Now what happened? Make some observations. You can discuss it with someone at home and pause the video, or you can write it down. What happened? Okay, so if you're looking at that third panel over here, where'd our red tracks go? I don't know, are they gone? So I noticed that they were going here, and then there was some sort of scuffle. Something happened, and then they disappeared. What can you infer? So in today's assignment, I want you to tell me some observations you made and what inference can you make about what happened here. Okay, so I'm really looking forward to seeing your scientific observation and inferences today. I look forward to reading them, and so does your teacher. All right, scientists, good luck.